Madam President, fellow members of the Society, guests, ladies and gentlemen. My wife Val and I were in mid-Scotland a couple of summers ago, just south of the Cairngorms, and we visited a place that Robert Burns made famous in one of his poems, the Birks of Aberfeldy. In Old Scottish, the word birk means birch, and sure enough, the place was covered in birch trees, all swaying in the wind by a fast-flowing stream. It was an idyllic spot. But as we were getting ready to go, I saw a strange old man dressed in the most extraordinary clothing and behaving in a very unusual way. Another couple were in front of us, just standing watching him. The female turned to the man and said, "Who the heck is he?" And her partner replied, "I think he must be one of the original Birks of Aberfeldy." Now, ladies, tonight, just for you, I'd like to reveal an open secret about the male of the species. Many men, and I think most men, have a drawer in their house where he, the man of the house, stores things that he wants to keep. It's called a man drawer. I have my own man drawer where I keep all sorts of things. Us men really need a man drawer. I don't think women quite appreciate our need to have this area. It's like, a comfort blanket. That's where I keep torches that don't work. Oh yes, when the torch is broken, I don't throw it away. That's far too easy. No. It goes in my man drawer. Foreign currency plays a big part in my man drawer. Ever France reject the euro and go back to the franc? Come to me. I have hundreds of francs to trade. Tools bought in B&Q that I have used only once in my life now reside in my man drawer. Trinkets I get out of Christmas crackers every year all go in my man drawer. Back copies of the Edinburgh Military Tattoo programmes are there. Instructions for appliances I no longer own are pushed into my man drawer, along with keys for houses that I don't even live in anymore. My children's old mobile phones are in there. When my children buy the next updated version of their mobile phones, I'll give the old one to me. I don't throw it away. No. It's far too exciting a piece of technology. I slide it into my man drawer. One single sole black lace for a Scottish brogue I no longer wear is always in this drawer. Not a pair, just one. Electric leads are part of my man drawer. When I get a new appliance out of its box and put it together, there's always a lead left over. Who knows what it's for? That lead gets secreted into my man drawer. Chinese and Indian takeaway menus can always be found in my man drawer. Printed past copies of the South Dorset Caledonian Society's Clarion are kept in my man drawer.
Pleased to hear it.
You can find Domino's Pizza's marketing flyers from when Domino's first opened in Weymouth in this man drawer, as are Frank Tuff's weekly dance crib sheets, all squeezed. Yeah, we've got them, Frank, all squeezed into this drawer. But what's it all for? What is it for? All this stuff I've collected. What am I waiting for? Well, I envisage that in the future I'll be woken in the middle of the night by the ringing of my house phone, a mysterious phone call. I'll answer the phone. Hello, What do you want? The voice. I want you to go to your old house via the side gate. Do you have the key? Of course I have the key. It's in my man drawer. Good. There you will find, you will meet a worried looking man who wants to be let into your house via the back door. Fine. You must give him a printed copy of the South Dorset Caledonian Society's Clarion, May 2020 edition. Right. Do you have such a booklet? Absolutely. I have hundreds of them in my man drawer. Good. Also, he will ask for a copy of the 1999 Edinburgh Military Tattoo Programme. Do you have one? You bet. Deep in my man drawer. He will need to be paid. Fine. You must pay him in drachma. No problem. I'm awash with drachma, left over from my holiday in Greece, circa 1988. He will have with him an Argos toaster model 169. Have you any idea how that works? Are you kidding? I've been keeping those instructions for 25 years. Next, you must bring with you a torch that doesn't work. 2 of you can manage that. No problem whatsoever. I'll bring 4 to be on the safe side. Right, I've got the toaster instructions, I've got the keys, the Clarion leaflet, the tattoo programme, the money and the torches. What else can you possibly throw at me? When you get there, you must order a Chinese takeaway on a 2010 Nokia 304T. Consider it done. And don't forget the special fried rice. Got it. Then I pause and say, just a minute. Exactly who are you and why do you want to get into my old house? And the voice says, I'm Prime Minister Richie Sunak and I need somewhere to hide when I lose the general election and my party are out for my blood. Some years ago, John Gray wrote a book about the relationship between men and women. It was called Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
Absolutely.
It recognised that men and women are indeed different. You women, for example, have an advantage over us men when it comes to love songs. There are so many songs written extolling the virtues of the fairest sex. There's the famous Christa Berg song, Lady in Red. The Commodores' You're Once, Twice, Three Times a Lady, and I Love You. And Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. Delightful. But then you look at the songs about men. What do we get? Donald, where's your trousers? And old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. But us men do have a soft side as well. Well, most of us really do. One night, a young mother came in to her baby's nursery just to check on their child. She saw her husband just standing there, looking down. On his face, she could read wonder, amazement, pleasure, and excitement. She swallowed and said, "Penny for your thoughts." He said, I can't believe it. And she said, "Ah, what exactly?" "I can't believe how B&Q can make this cop for only £59.99. Now, shampoo is an interesting one for us men, isn't it, guys? Women need to know what kind of hair they have before they buy a shampoo. Is it dry hair, frizzy hair, curly hair, straight, wavy, greasy, for example? And the shampoo is bought to cope with that condition. For men, they don't ask what type of hair they have. Any shampoo will do, and it's used for hair, face, body, carpets, the car, the dishes, and any pets they may have. Now, my wife, Val, has had to put up with a lot of my foibles over the years. Foibles, that's a very good word. Foibles are eccentricities in someone's character. Yes, we'll call them foibles because that's kinder to me. And we've been married now for quite a long time. But the other day, Val was unusually quiet, looking very pensive. I watched her for a while and then gently said, "Val, sometimes you've just got to embrace your mistakes." And she immediately gave me a great big hug. Now, what's all that about? To all the lassies who are here tonight, can I say, you may have the best love songs ever written, but you also have the inner power to move us guys, the power to embolden your men to higher heights, to achieve more goals, and more important, you have the power to love us, even though we sometimes act like one of the original Burkes of Aberfeldy. So, could I ask the lads here to be upstanding and toast the lassies? That would be great. And the toast is the lassies. The lassies. Thank you very much.
So all you men, you go home and you empty your man drawers tomorrow. I want to hear. Okay, I don't want to see the contents. Just empty them, because then you'll have room for more. Thank you, Iain. That was wonderful. I think now Val's going to come and reply to that.
That's a worry.
Yes, I'd be worried, Iain. I'd be very worried, Iain. So thank you, Val.
Ladies and gentlemen, it falls to me, your allocated lassie for this evening, to take up the challenge of replying to Iain's toast. And what a great toast it was. You might think that I would have been prepared for what Iain came up with, but I decided many years ago that I really didn't want to know.
Understandable.
I used to, but after looking at his speeches and commenting, "You can't say that," and being totally ignored, I realised that I might as well be as surprised as the rest of you. In the interests of equality, our speeches should be about the same length. That may be difficult, as studies have shown that most lassies speak about 20,000 words a day, while the men speak about 7,000. I probably speak twice as many words as Iain, but that's mainly because he wasn't listening the first time. I was jotting down a few notes during Iain's toast. As I say, I wasn't really aware of what he was going to say. Man draw. Well, a draw does exist, and I dare say an awful lot of what Iain said is in it. The only useful thing that's in it, as far as I'm concerned, is as you pull it open, in the front right-hand corner is the key to open the gas meter cupboard down outside so we can read the meter. That's it. Everything else. Now, Iain doesn't just have a man drawer, he has a man room. and he has some man shelves in the storage cupboard. His man room has a plaque on the door as you go in, bought by my daughter and granddaughter for him, and it reads, Pops's study. And then underneath, hard work and magical madness happens here. Which is rather apt. Can't argue with that. Back to Burns Night. I'm not the first to say this, but I think it's worth repeating. It's truly wonderful that Scotland has a man of words, a poet, a man of love and passion to be its national hero. Not a warrior or a politician, but a man of the people and a man of the heart. Now, Alan and I did not consult when we were writing our speeches, but I have here, he did have a reputation with the ladies, but also recognised the rights of women and say they merit some attention. And this was written in 1792. And I'm going to quote from the same poem, but a different verse. There was indeed, in far less polished days, a time when rough, rude men had naughty ways, would swagger, swear, get drunk, kick up a riot, nay, even thus invade a lady's quiet. Now, thank our stars, these Gothic times are fled. Now, well-bred man, and you are all well-bred, most justly think, and we are much the gainers, such conduct neither spirit, wit, nor manners. Right. Now, our speeches are not going to be the same length tonight. That may be a relief. But Iain has been writing his, making notes since probably last October. And because I've not been well, I've had to rely on previous replies I've made. And I've been working on mine for the last 3 days. Anyway, Lassies, I invite you to stand and raise your glasses to the gentleman in the room, without whom we wouldn't have so much to talk about, but without whom we might never love or be loved so kindly. Right, please be upstanding. The toast is to the Laddies.